Well, again, the patch notes are out for the Dark Brotherhood 2.4 from the PTS public test server. We're going to go over them. A lot of big changes. Early impressions, stamina got a buff. A couple classes got a buff / nerf. The Dragon Knight's pretty redesigned into a Poison Knight. Not a Flame Knight for stamina. Very, very interesting. A lot of new stuff to do. And boy, did the trait system get an overhaul. Let's talk about it. I'll try to keep it as brief as possible. I want to jump in the game and make some videos showing you this. Patch notes, breakdown, what do I think? Let's go. Okay, so the patch notes that I'm going to go over, I'll link in the video description if you want to read them. They're also posted on my website for those that can't view Elder Scrolls at work. I try to get that on there. Okay, so basically this outlines what's going on with the patch. We're going to cover that, what there is to do, all the changes, and specifically class and balance, and give my opinion on it as we go. So the Dark Brotherhood, basically this in first part tells you how to get it, how much it's going to cost if you have an ESO membership, 2,000 crowns, what there is to do. Basically, there's not, in my opinion, just looking at this, it's not so much there's a huge amount of content to do. It's kind of the revival of old content, which I've been hammering on ESO for a long time, specifically Sanctum Ophidia and Imperial City. Massive changes. And the alchemy system as well. All right, so let's get over this real quick. There's so much. I'll try to keep it brief, and this is not going to cover everything. And just know this can change. Obviously, it's public test, so these are not final. Okay, so it talks about the Gold Coast, Kvatch, where it is, Western Cyrodiil, and then kind of what to do. So there's going to be contract quests, sacrament quests, just basically repeatable dailies. That's kind of the new content. No huge dungeon, no huge trial, no PvP arenas. So you're not getting a huge meaty content, in my opinion, unless you like doing the quest. World bosses, delves, so new things to do and collect repeatable bounties. New passive skill line, which is basically going to be for PvE. Cool thing for PvE, this first passive unlocks when you join the Dark Brotherhood, allowing you to perform a merciless execution. That's pretty cool. Just note that this does not include Cyrodiil. So this is not going to affect PvP, and it should be just some cool like questing animation type. I imagine this will be like something like Fallout 4, though I could be wrong. Some other things, passives here that are pretty cool, but nothing, most likely nothing here that will affect your gameplay outside of just doing PvE in the quest. The changes to Imperial City, this is awesome. Introducing the new changes. Districts can now be captured via mechanics similar to resources in Cyrodiil. A single flag located in each district, guarded by a few Alliance guards. Ownership of the district offers 33% more Telvar stones. Now, why does that matter? Telvar stones are making a comeback in their importance and their use, giving you more incentive to go back to Imperial City. That's what I'm talking about, reviving that old content. Ownership of districts also control whether you respawn at the district up top or below in the sewers. So, in other words, if your alliance doesn't control the districts, you'll die in the district, you'll respawn in the sewers. Why this matters and why this is a good decision for ZOS, in my opinion, is that you can't just Zerg respawn over and over with no disincentive. Now when you get killed up there, you're going to have to travel, you're going to have to do a couple load screens, and you're not going to just be instantly flooding over the district. Now, you probably will be if you have 100 people in there, but it gives you some time for a really cool mechanic, and hopefully this will revive Imperial City. They also changed the Telvar loss to 50% for both PvE and PvP deaths. Usually people that didn't have a sigil of retreat that could just teleport back would just go find an NPC and die because it was only 10%. Well, now it's 50%. So dying in here is a big deal. They also rebalanced the mobs to make it easier for solo players. I don't think it need rebalancing, but you know, if it can make more people join this and enjoy it, great. So the room boxes, this is what I'm talking about, the Telvar General Merchant. Room boxes are special containers. Each one has a specific collectible inside. The 3 introductions in this update have the Zithkin polymorphs that were only obtainable through rare drops in the Telvar Merchant containers. Unlike the collectibles themselves, room boxes can be traded, mailed, or sold in guild score. So basically they're not bound until you open the thing. And they don't really say exactly what they have in here, but from what I'm told, it's a lot of cool stuff, like maybe even the new sets. So you're going to have to go get some Telvar stones, and this will make Imperial City a new Breath of Life. I'm really excited. Hopefully this doesn't get zerged down and you have specific campaigns where basically one faction dominates. PC, there's just not enough campaigns for that to happen. However, consoles, there may or may not be. I don't know. But I would not want this to turn into a buff campaign situation. If it doesn't, this will be really cool. New motives, and it talks about how to get them. So find chalk, where to get those through the dailies, and then a couple other things here. New item sets. Now, I'm saddened they didn't like talk about these, or where they tell you where you can get them. So through 3 new sets obtained through Gold Coast, and the content there. New craftable sets. So I'm going to go in the game here and try to get these right away. But look, 4 new PvP-based items based on Telvar stones in the Imperial City. That's the incentive to continue to play that content. And this is exactly what ZOS needed to do for about every other thing, like Craglorn, Dragonstar Arena. Some of these old contents just basically went to, you know, nothing because there's no incentive to do them. Okay, so talking about this is talking about the new titles you can obtain. I think this is a really cool one and of note. Completing Veteran Sanctum while at 160 champ points earns a new title. So they're starting to get the hint that players want cool things to get, especially the title, Flawless Conqueror. Beating Vet Maelstrom without any deaths and showing everyone how cool you are with your EPing. I do it because I'm cheesy, but that's really, really cool because gamers want to show off. Why else do we play the game? We want to look cool, want to show off, want to prove, oh my god, I'm so good at this video game. And that's just another reason to do it. Okay, now we're getting into the veteran rank removal. I'm not going to go into this too deep because I have no idea what all this means. And if I read it 10 times, I still don't understand it. So what I want to do is get in there and actually practice this and show you some mobs on live server and show you some mobs on the PTS and show you how it stacks up. So I'm going to let you guys do your own research on that, and I will do a video after I fully understand it because I don't want to say anything right now when I really don't know. The one thing I've noted in here, core mechanics, sprint, dodge, block, CC break will now be slightly more expensive. I don't know what slightly is, but hopefully that balances it out. I'm also disappointed the champ point cap will remain at 501 for this update. I mean, unless this game plans on going for 100 years, it's about time we start updating the champion point cap. I'm at 900, and I realize not everyone has that, but increasing the champion point cap allows for new builds, new testing, new theory crafting, and more to do, really. So I'm disappointed in that. All right, poison making. Now basically, the nuts and bolts of this is kind of like it replaces your weapon enchant, is basically the way I see it, because it suppresses your standard weapon enchant. So it uses regents from alchemy, oils, which are new, and obtained, I think, by killing big, nasty monsters. So poisons, unlike other equipment, are consumed as they are applied, and they become diluted, essentially becoming less and less effective. Oils are sourced from various deadly monsters throughout Tamriel. Now, that's pretty cool if it's world bosses and you can do like dailies or go farm them. Because that more people doing more things, more reason to kill mobs. It's always a good thing. And then new regions have been added for many critters, so killing stuff, once again, good. Now, while a weapon set has a poison equipped, any weapon enchant on that weapon set will be temporarily suppressed. Meaning, you can't use a Maelstrom Arena staff, a Master staff, and get both enchants. You can't get the enchant and the poison status effect. Initial thoughts on this? A little disappointed. I thought it was going to add 2, so it looks like, no offense, poor man's best in slot weapons. So we'll have to see what that looks like, but I wish it was an addition to, not replacing. And poisons might be more impactful than the Maelstrom weapons. We'll have to see. Because later on in the patch notes, it talks about how weapon enchants have been significantly buffed. Their impact is greater. I don't know how much, though. Okay, lots of stuff here. Group improvement, a ready check, vote to kick. That's pretty cool. 15-minute cooldown. Item traits, monster, massive changes here. So look at this. Charge now increases the status supply effect, increasing your amount. That's okay. But defending, this trait now increases your physical resistance by a flat value instead of percentage. That could be a huge nerf for tanks. Disappointed. Reduces cooldown your weapon enchant to increasing its damage. Okay, how much damage, right? That could be a lot. Increases the amount of refined materials you obtain whenever you deconstruct a weapon. That's kind of cool. So imagine having a crafter in full intricate armor. Nirnhone, this trait now increases the damage of any weapon. What does that mean? Increases the damage. How much? How high does it go? I mean, there's so many questions to be answered. This is fantastic. This trait now increases your healing done instead of reducing the cooldown. So guess what? Now all the crafted legendary weapons that I have, yeah, we're going to have to get new ones and recraft it because my healing gear, that's outdated now. Thank you, Zos. Sharpen is not percentage based. It's a flat value. That might be a nerf. Training increases your weapon skill line experience and kill percentage. Okay. Weighted. Look at this, Dragonites. This trait now grants you a chance to gain additional ultimate whenever you generate ultimate normally. It has been renamed. Come on, Dragonite tanks. You know you're gonna have that. You're gonna have weight on them weapons, boy. I tell you what. I know I am. That's sick. Okay, exploration. So gold, M-Pen. This trait now also reduces the durability damage taken of the item. Not really. Plus critical hits, so nothing really there. Now, Nernho, this trait now increases physical and spell resistance by a flat value, but look at Sturdy. This trait now reduces the cost of block. Once again, a big buff to tanking, a different way to do tanking. So I really, really like that. Training, well-fitted, you troll stamina dodge rollers out there. This trait will now reduce the cost of dodge rolling and sprinting. Oh, I can see all you dodge rollers just laughing your booties off with your Eternal Hunt set, ready to dodge roll all over me. Okay, improved serial vendors, so all armor sold by rare merchants. Basically, they up the rates here in the boxes and your gold rewards. Sanctum, the updated Sanctum of Phidia, talking about max level, how it's going to scale. Craft bags, this is for people that subscribe, basically having unlimited stuff. Item locking, talking about that. Collectible functionality, so basically what this means is now you can have like a hat, a costume, and a bunch of different things equipped, like a skin, hypothetically. So you have more customization, which is good. New dies. I'm super pissed off about this. If you're looking rich, Lambo, I love you, homie, but come on, 4 character slots? I'll give you $1,000 to have 12. I mean, come on, a max to 4? God damn it, I'm disappointed in this. Only 4. Oh, man. You could be making so much money. Charge $100 past 4. I'll still pay it. I want more damn characters. 4 is not enough. I'm sorry. Rant over. Nameplates. You guys know I like this. So the guild tabards, guild names are shown based on your guild tabard you were wearing. That's cool. So if you want to show off, hey, I'm in super elite guild, I'm in super casual Nugget Nation, boom, you wear a tabard. Everyone knows how cool you are. Okay, enchanting improvements, talks about that. Harvest nodes, armor improvements, talking about the look of it. Combat animation prioritizing. This is a big worry for me. In particular, blocking mechanics have been excluded from this change based on feedback from the PTS. So I don't know if this is going to nerf animation canceling or what we have, so we'll have to really get in there and see. Pickpocketing, that talks about the nameplate. So basically just, you know, it's going to give you alchemy crate to level up, all this sort of stuff. Known issues, audio. Okay, here we go. Back into combat. Let me show you this. Crafting and economy. Okay, so real quick, if you want to make a lot of money with potions, start buying up them cheapy mushrooms that everyone's going to want. That will help you. Okay, Maelstrom Arena awards have been improved, so now every level gives you a chance to get a set item, and you have a 50% chance to award a piece of jewelry. So thank God, if you're looking for that jewelry set or anything else, you have new traits possible as well. So guess what? I'm going to have to do Vet Maelstrom Arena all over again. Thank you, Zos. Okay, now into the meat and potatoes of everything. And Dragonite stamina change, boy, it's big. Specifically, you're looking at a lot of poison abilities now. So Burning Breath, now this is Noxious Breath. This morph now to poison damage instead of flame. I don't know if I like that. Kindling, this passive ability to combustion, now increases the damage of poison status effects. Okay, so basically you turn the stamina fire-breathing Dragonite into a poison build. So how does this really affect the Dragonite? Well, it might be able to double dip in effectiveness. Why? Well, the Mighty has poison as well as physical damage in it. Is it going to be a huge difference? I don't know. Very well could be. So look at the poison damage. It's basically all poison now. So that will be interesting for the stamina changes. Corrosive Armor now deals poison damage. Reduce the duration of Fossilize, so that's okay. Fragment Shield, basically reduced the duration of this ability. They kind of made all shields 6 seconds instead of 20. So we'll get to Sorks in a minute. You're going to be upset. But just know, all shields, yes Sorks, yes Harness Magica, are now 6 seconds. I shouldn't say all, most. Nightblade. So this is a buff to stam Nightblades in my opinion, which is, one, it deals, instead of magic damage, to disease damage. Once again, we talk about double dipping in effectiveness, that mighty champion points. And then also Killer's Blade, the same thing. So the 2 stamina-based abilities, and here's the third, now have kind of a stamina-based disease damage component with it. Sorcerers. So now your negate gives you healing as well. I don't know how much healing, if it's over time, burst, instant heal, or what. We'll have to see how that works. Conjured Ward, I'm sorry, 6 seconds instead of 20. You get 2 more seconds on Empowering Ward, but that is a massive nerf to Sorks that are shield stacking. Love it or hate it, that's the change. Leave your feedback on it. Storm Calling. This now is a physical damage instead of shock. It deals 225% more damage and has a much bigger radius. So we're going to have to see how that works. Is that enough to make Stam Sorks powerful or more fun? I don't think so, but we'll see. Okay, Templar got a massive buff again. I don't know why. Burning Light, this is needed. This passive now deals physical damage or magic based on what's higher. This will make the Stamplar right here an absolute, even more of a juggernaut, because a lot of your damage using sweeps is based on a magic passive, Burning Light. Now that it can scale off of physical damage, whoa, it's going to be a contender. Power of Light, Backlash, this now deals physical damage instead of magic. Once again, another good change. 6 second basically dot that blows up at the end doing physical damage. This thing will be a juggernaut. Okay, look at these things. So, Cleansing Ritual. This ability now always removes 2 harmful effects. Increased from 1 harmful effect. But really what I'm getting at here is increase the duration of Extended Ritual. I don't know why it needed more. In addition to providing the minor mending buff, it also reduces the movement speed of enemies when you're standing in the ritual. So they are bound and determined to give the Templar the My House effect, where you get in my house, you're not leaving until I kill you. I would like some speed on a Templar, but apparently they just want this to happen. So that's the focused healing passive that you can get from using like Channel Focus, Restoring Focus, or Extended Ritual. Rename this morph to Ritual Retribution. In addition, we'd redesign this morph so now it damages enemies in the area of effect every 2 seconds for the same amount that it heals allies. Like, that could be tremendous. That could be a tremendous game changer for Templars. Imagine you're purifying a ritual, now it gives you major mending. It's going to slow enemies, snare them, and it's going to heal you plus do damage based on the amount that you got. I mean, why they needed to buff Templars? Oh, Templars. Oh, I'm glad I love them. There we go. Cleave got a buff. Executioner, looks like that changed as well. For momentum, increase the duration, reverse slash. Increase the splash damage percentage of this morph basically by 20%. I don't think that's enough. All you Wrecking Blow haters out there, Wrecking Blow will continue to add the major and power, but guess what? Wrecking Blow no longer knocks back and stun enemies hit. So you guys that hate on me for sitting there spamming that, you're not going to be mad at me anymore, unless everyone changes to Dizzying Swing. So this will no longer apply Might or Maim, but it will stun enemies. So you still have the chance to get the stun, but you're just going to pick a different morph. One with major and power, one with not. Power Bash, this is like a single target ability now, so no longer stuns or disorients. That's good because people were exploiting that. And I don't know about that. So it's going to hit for 85% more damage, making this maybe a single target spammable ability for Sword and Shield. So increase the damage of your next Power Slam by 25%. So that's basically over 100% bonus if you're spamming the thing. So double the damage, we'll have to see. That might make a big difference. Now we're talking about dual wield here, Blinding Fury. So that was the heal one, and it's basically 60% damage done on the final hit. That could be good, but waiting that long for a heal, I don't think it's going to be still that relevant. Flurry here got a buff. Looks like about 1% here. Now hits 5 times instead of 6. Hidden Blade got a buff, so instead of getting 10% of 10 seconds, A major brutality, you get 20. Still not as much as rally, but decent. 1% more in damage here. Hidden Blade. Now this morph deals 20% additional damage per bounce from initial hit, increasing the damage at a flat 50% of the initial damage. I'll have to see that. I don't know about that. Poison Arrow got a buff. Looks like Scorched Earth got a nerf. Big time, since everyone was using it. I think they don't want that to happen, so we're going to have to check that. Nothing else for Bow. A little disappointed. Okay, Annulment got a nerf. It's down to 6 seconds instead of 20. That's not good. But what I'm super excited about is tanking. Look at these heavy armor passives, gang. So, heavy armor. Redesign this ability now increases your weapon and spell damage by 10, 20 for 6 seconds after taking damage. And you got 2 ranks. Stacks up to 10 times. Okay, so 20 times 10, do the math. That's a lot. That's like a light armor or heavy medium armor passive. Not to mention Constitution got massive buff. So when you get hit with wearing heavy armor based on how much, you get resources back. Also, there's that Imperial City set, the Black Rose set, that increases this further. So you could stack a massive amount of health on an Imperial Templar and just have this bubble trouble. I might bring that build back. Build that you have just massive health and your regeneration is basically from taking damage. Rapid Mundane. It just got a buff. It's just nasty. I really, really like it. Vampire got a change here. So Darkstalker will only work at stage 4. Most people are in stage 4 anyways. Mistform got a change. Increases the cost. Now you get the magic recovery. Let's see. The magic recovery is supernatural. Not with slotted, so that's another reason to be a vampire, to get that 10%. Undeath only functions in stage 3, so we go through that. Werewolf changes, and then the Fighters Guild. This is where the stamina changes come in, gang. Camel Hunter. In addition to the changes made to the base ability, we'll also grant Minor Berserk. So not only Nightblades can get Minor Berserk, and every single stamina build can get this as well. Huge. Dawnbreaker. Guess what? Now it is physical damage. Everyone has access, not just Dragonites, to a physical damage, low cost ultimate. Yes, sir. Evil Hunter. In addition to this, a morph reduces the stamina cost of fighter guild abilities. Hopefully that includes ultimate. If it does, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be stamina day out there. Flawless Dawnbreaker, in addition to changes made, we reduce the amount of weapon damage this increases to 5, so that's 3% nerf, but with everything else, it'll make up for it, so I'm liking that. Ring of Preservation, Silverbolt, Silver Leash, let's see. Redesign this passive so it now increases your weapon damage by 1, 2, 3% for fighter ability slotted, instead of your weapon and spell damage. So this is, guess what? Going to replace the Flawless Dawnbreaker nerf and actually could buff you based on how many things you use. Trap Beast now is physical damage. Once again, another buff. And then we go to Mage's Guild. Kind of changed there. Blood Altar is fantastic now. Look at this. Basically, inside grants minor lifesteal. New buff that heals you for 2% of all of the damage done. You're going to be running this in a trial now. Guaranteed. Boner Shield, a.k.a. Bone Shield, now absorbs all damage instead of just physical. Stamina got a bubble, baby. Ha ha ha. Yes! Oh, I can't wait. Trapping Webs, Alliance War. Looks like Magic Detonation, aka Proxy Detonation, probably got a nerf, so we'll have to see how that goes. Yeah, Champion System, some changes here. The Support Guard. They answered my prayers. Hallelujah. This game is now feeling like an MMO for tanks. Bang! You soak up damage with a tethered ability to one person, and guess what? These morphs, look at this. Minor Force, crit damage, you're going to be you tanks out there, and this will be in PvP as well, increasing your crit damage by 12%. Awesome. Awesome. I cannot wait to use Guard and show you guys how it looks, how it feels, and how it works. You're going to love it. Tanking is going to be awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And there are just plenty and plenty more stuff. There's just too much stuff to go over. It looks like my game's about to download. The server's up. I'm going to edit this video, get online, start making videos. Gang, if you're not hyped about Dark Brotherhood, you ain't got a pulse. I'm telling you right now. Content might be a little slim, but the revival of everything else and the game changes. If you like stamina like I do, and you like tanking like I do, Let's do it. Dark Brotherhood. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, share, like, do whatever. Do stuff. Let's go.